Hey guys, I'm trying to get set up for a drawing video and I don't really have a setup, so it is a hot mess. And right now I'm actually trying to go find out where in your iPad you leave your screen on.
So guys, just go to auto lock, toggle to never, and then under lock unlock, I left that option on and it'll close your iPad whenever you close or open your cover.
So I'm just going to be playing around um, with some ideas. I thought this is, it's gonna be, they're gonna be bad. I'm practicing. I have been bad and not spent a lot of time creating in Procreate, even though I've had my tablet and bought it for Procreate basically a couple of years ago. I'm totally a slacker. My toddler, he's sick, and we were in the floor playing with Play Doh, and I looked up at the desk, and there's all these little crumpled Kleenexes, and I was like, okay, that sounds like a great idea for a sticker sheet. I just opened up a new canvas, so I'm gonna do some drawing, possibly end up doing a voiceover on this because just not sure. This is gonna take a while, and let's see if I can make the second button work. Beautiful. Okay, so I guess working on a sick day pack. We probably any of us that have kids, we've all kind of been there, and hopefully maybe some people can use this for some memories or some uh, planners, little, I'm awful at scrapbooking. I hate it. It's like, it's too much. I've never, it felt so intense, so rigid. I've just never been able to enjoy it and never got anything pretty. So I'm probably more of a journaler, pocket journaler, junk journaler. And also, I'm not proficient at speaking. Um, yeah, that's more of my steam. I'm not fancy like, and I guess I don't want to offend anyone, but this is just off the top of my head. I guess scrapbooking has always seemed more like, I don't know, idling and bringing the trailer park. I mean, that's a horrible analogy, guys, but I'm not fancy like that. I'm just not the good at it. Oops, oops. Get your stuff together, girl. Okay. I think my little pencil needs a tone down. She's huge. She's huge. Oh, sorry, guys. I hum and I don't realize I'm doing it. And guys, if you don't know how to do something and your brain can't comprehend, watch a tutorial, learn something, do it your way, get better. We don't know all the things. We have the internet. This isn't the 1800s. Well, let me go ahead and undo that because I just took off part of my eyeball.
So at this point, I'm sure you guys can see a big part of how to design stickers in Procreate is your sketch. You're going to be starting with your idea, with your art. There's a lot of trial and error, just getting something on the page that you like. The canvas I've currently been working with, the size um, 3800 by 3800 pixels, has been plenty big enough for me to print out and also leaves me with, I think, about 33 layers. And you can go in and change the size. Every time you hit a new canvas, you can put in different size of pixels. So once you get your idea in, you're going to spend a lot of time sketching and refining your design. And from there, you're going to move it around. You can use the selection tool to quickly adjust your drawing as I'm doing in the screen here. It kind of looks like the little S squiggly, and it just helps speed up your process, maybe not erase and redo so much. You can select the object that you want to move and hit the little arrow next to it and move it about the paper, resize it, tilt it, rotate it a bit, as you can see me doing on the screen. Now, if you're working on a person, I would definitely recommend starting with a circle and drawing guides for your lines. So you can divide the face into landmarks, like where your eyes will be, um, where they'll be, where you want them to look. Whether that's like up or down or off to the side. You want to draw a line approximately where you want your nose and your mouth. Now, these don't have to be exact, especially since I'm normally working in cartoons, but just to give you an idea of what where to plot things on your face so it makes some sort of sense. Now my boy is practically all cheeks, so I'm trying to get them right. And like I said, this is a sick day video, so we definitely want those little cheekies to show up nice and bright. He was flushed all day, so we'll definitely want to highlight that in our drawing. So when you're thinking about your creation, just kind of think about what helps bring it to life, what points stand out to you. He wasn't feeling well. He was flushed, and those were like some of the predominant features. He also had a pouty mouth, not feeling good, frowny face most of the day. So right now I'm just trying to convey that in my drawing. It's a lot of back and forth while I try to figure out the best way to portray that.
I am going to add a layer and see if I can make something of this. This little guy just looks out of control. These eyes. Maybe I'll just start over, I think. Yeah, I can't put this. Let's just, no. There's probably a faster way to do this. I am using a background that I purchased with its own watercolor paper, and it actually has a layer. So, just using that eraser. You know what? Let's just start over.
So, as you heard, this is the part of the video where I decided to scrap everything I had been working on so far and just start fresh. And that's okay. It's okay. You just have to get past it. You don't need to save everything you've ever done. It can be freeing to just wipe it off, erase it, change it. Sometimes it's hard, but it is part of learning to design. And he came together much faster and easier this time. Once you're finished with your drawing, you can actually flip it to face the opposite direction, which can sometimes help you check for any type of weird proportions or anything that doesn't look quite right. And you don't actually need to wait until you're finished. I actually started before I started drawing on the hair, which is what I'm doing right now, and that way you can make sure your picture looks correct. Now, with the hair, I'm kind of drawing it on like a hat. I want it to sit on top of his head, so when I add shadow, it looks like it's not flat. So that's just something to keep in mind. So guys, right here is when my phone ran out of storage and I wasn't able to video the process of going from my sketch to my colored in face. There are several layers here. I went in and put a base color for his skin, went back in with a red for his cheeks at this point. Looks like I had added a dark brown to outline his face, and then I had done dark brown in his hair for shadows as well as a lighter shade of the original brown as well. And right now I'm starting to work on building him a body. Um, Toddlers do have quite large heads, so your body is going to be somewhat in proportionate to your head. I'm trying to make his body about 1.5 times the size of his head
looks like it might actually be a little less than that. But right here, I'm just trying to figure out his body proportions and how I'm going to try to set up a pose for him and draw his other body parts. There is a lot of trial and error when you're drawing, getting things to line up just right. You'll see right now I'm having a hard time trying to decide where I want him. Luckily, you can do this pretty quickly. Just sketch out, and you're using Procreate, so it's very easy to erase and start over. I ended up changing out his body style a couple of different times and remaking some lines and remeasuring to see if I was getting the length that I wanted. And I did this a couple of times, and it looks like, unfortunately, I didn't get a video recorded where I actually drew out the body shapes that I went with. So I will try to get that in another video. And you have to zoom in and zoom out. All you have to do is pinch the screen or basically push the screen away with your thumb and index finger, if that makes sense.
So, the lost footage, no camera storage saga continues. As you can see, we now have a full body and some clothing. During this portion of the video, I'm just starting to um what is the word I'm looking for? I'm starting to outline, add details, add shadows, and highlights to his clothing. So I'm working on top of my sketch layer, and then I have my base colors laid down. Right now I'm going in with the darker shades. I'm just using the color picker from my base color to go darker for my outlines, and I'm just using a outlining pen that came with Procreate to go in with my dark colors and just make some nice crisp outlines. And then I'll also go in and pick a grayish blue tone, grayish blue purple tone for the shadows and add some of those. And I'll also go in and pick a lighter tone or a yellowish tone for highlights. Um, and then I just kind of went back in and made some little designs and little extras. We actually use Pampers, so right now we have a ABC theme on our diapers. And one thing I suggest when you are designing in Procreate is keep your layers under control. This had this drawing had so many layers. My app was getting laggy. It was getting confusing to remember which layer I was on, and sometimes I was fat fingering and using or accidentally switching between layers and didn't realize it. Wouldn't realize it until several layers down the road, and then had no idea what I had done. So I would say maybe starting out, maybe less is more if you are very well organized and don't have a tendency to bump things or make accidents, lots of layers might be great for you. But the next time I'm going to try and use less layers. And also, I think once you come down to compressing and getting it ready for exporting, possibly getting ready to send out or print your artwork, it's a little less confusing. I struggled for quite some time trying to get this little guy just on a transparent background, just because of the sheer amount of things I'd done on all the different layers.
All right, guys, I just wanted to check in with you real quick. I was attempting to draw this little guy. Um, as I made him and walked through the process of designing and creating a sticker. But of course, it was a lot more chaotic than I thought it would be. I got him done. I got him done about a day ago, and then it's taking me since then to get him off of his background. I had about 20 layers, and I was trying not to compress or merge anything in case there were issues. I wanted to do redesigns later. I think where I ran into problems, I could be wrong because I'm new at this, is I had a textured paper pack set of layers that I used, which I think it looks really cute with it. However, when I took out my background to try to getting sent over to like sticker company, I'm gonna start out with the sticker company printing first and see what it looks like. Um, I turned off the background and the textured paper that I used was still in the background, even though it was like one of the top layers, if that makes sense. So I have no idea how to fix that. It's probably a simple workaround. I'm just not proficient yet. So it took me a really long time cropping this little guy out of the extra textured paper, filling in like a white outline around him, just so I could get him sent in to get a proof. I haven't got the proof back yet, so I'm not even sure if this is the final. I actually did a sticker sheet to go with him, but the sticker sheet's not quite finished. Where is it? It's a work in progress, and I feel because I did it the same way, I may actually start running into the same problems with it. I don't think I used a textured paper. It's my only saving grace, but I do have like everything on separate layers, just so I can go back. He wouldn't fit on the paper. He wouldn't fit on my paper, so I've just kind of got this little empty chunk up at the top. And now that I've got it all done, I feel like I need to draw a sick little girl as well. And I haven't done the research to look into purchasing sticker sheets yet because I've been bouncing back and forth on getting stickers professionally ordered, which of course probably going to be the better route. However, it is more expensive to buy multiple designs. Say if I wanted 20 designs, that's going to be like 2,000-ish dollars, where if I buy the setup myself, it's going to be a start cost around $600. These are all just base numbers pulled out of my head. I'm not looking at my spreadsheet or anything right now, but that's where we're at right now. Just waiting on this proof to come back, and yeah, we'll see how it goes.